We've already covered the DS and its vast catalog of expensive JRPGs once before in this series. There are literally so many incredible and pricey role-playing games on the handheld, we could probably make 10 more videos on the subject. And guess what? We probably will. Today, we cover 7 more insanely expensive Nintendo DS JRPGs in the latest episode of These Games Are Worth How Much? Let's get into it! Izuna, Legend of the Unemployed Ninja was released in Japan in 2006 and worldwide in 2007. The game was published by Success in Japan and Atlus in the United States. The game features a fun anime aesthetic with all of the fan service and crude humor you'd expect from such. The cast of characters is fun and humorous. The story follows a group of ninjas after they are cast out by their lord for being obsolete. Now staying in an inn, the leader wanders off, and while trying to locate him, Izuna supremely pisses off the gods and now must navigate their shrines in order to make things right again. The game does feature a comic hosted on the website, which gives a little more background and features additional humorous scenes with the party. While received lukewarmly, the game was praised for its difficulty and humor, while others panned it for its lack of mechanical depth and not using any of the prominent DS features. It did, however, develop a cult following, which has resulted in a sequel and a recently announced third project in the series for the Switch and PC. To enjoy Unemployed alongside Izuna and friends will cost you about $105 complete in box. Infinite Space was released in June of 2009 and later the next year worldwide. It was part of a 4-game deal between Sega and Platinum Games that included Vanquish, Bayonetta, and Mad World. The release was supported by an anime film that was released in parts leading up to the publication of the game. Nude Maker, known for their work on Steel Battalion, co-produced the game with Platinum. The game features a space opera-like story about the expansion of the Lugavalian Empire and specifically focuses in on our protagonist, Captain Yuri. The story is deep and nuanced, with an impressive amount of twists and turns in the narrative. In the end, Yuri must reunite with old rivals and fight off an even graver threat to save humanity. The gameplay features deeply customizable ships, many recruitable crew members, and real-time strategic battles, and a rock-paper-scissors-triangle for attack strength and weaknesses. Ground battles between crews can happen as you board ships or land on planets. The entire game is controlled by the touchscreen. With innovative gameplay, a unique space setting, and influences like Arthur C. Clarke and Hifumi Kono, you'd think the game would have been a smashing success. It was, initially. But due to the scope and niche appeal of the narrative, and acclaimed underproducing by Sega due to cartridge costs, the game's sales fizzled out and it failed to surpass 250,000 units sold worldwide. To explore the depths of Infinite Space will cost you around $110, complete in box. Our next entry would have been Digimon World, but finding trailer footage of it was nearly impossible. So we're going to go with an honorable mention for Digimon World Dawn and Dusk. Released side by side in 2007 by Bandai Namco, the game goes the route of the dual-colored Pokémon entries. Each game features the player playing on a different team of trainers, with differing Digimon available in each version of the game. The story centers on a bizarre earthquake that damages the Digimon World access points and caused many Digimon to devolve into eggs. As a member of Team Nightcrow or Team Lightfang, you must investigate and solve the mystery of the quakes. The game features a robust feature known as the Digifarm, where resting Digimon not in the party can slowly level up. The area is fully customizable with items and furniture, many of which can speed up the passive leveling effects. It also features a Digilab, where Digimon can be bred, and Digimon scanned in battle can be created. The game received mixed reviews, with many loving the amount of content on offer in both the customization of Digimon and the Digifarm. Detractors called out the game for having a boring story and being too similar to the original Digimon world. To battle Digimon from dusk till dawn will cost you about $77 to $95 complete in box, depending on your selection. Dokapon Journey was released in 2008 in Japan and 2009 in North America. It was published by Atlus in North America. It is a handheld follow-up to the popular Dokapon Kingdom released on multiple platforms in 2007. Fun fact, most people don't know that the series actually originated on the SNES. The game follows the same RPG board game formula as of all the games in the series, with players vying to stunt the progress of fellow players as they try and stop hordes of monsters from invading the kingdom. The winner gets the hand of the princess in marriage, or the king if the winner is female. There isn't a ton of information online about the game, as while it's fun, the story and premise is pretty shallow. I did, however, see many glowing accounts on Reddit about players having fond memories of battling out with friends in their younger years. To win the Princess's Hand in Marriage in Dokapon Journey will cost you about $126, complete in box. Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky was released worldwide in 2009. It is an enhanced version of the games Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness. It is often referred to as the definitive edition of these two games. Explorers of the Sky features the same dungeon-crawling, turn-based combat as both its predecessors and the Mystery Dungeon series overall. The story sees your human character suddenly turned into a Pokémon, who then meets a fun cast of other Pokémon that go on exploring expeditions. This enhanced version features new items with new effects, multiple new stories to be unlocked throughout the game, and a new location known as the Spinda Cafe. In the cafe, players can make drinks, explore new dungeons, obtain new rare items and missions, and interact with team members and Pokémon who are chilling at the cafe. The game also updates the roster to include the new Pokémon introduced in Platinum. The game has become known for the divide in opinions of critics and fans. Critics gave the game middling reviews, while the consensus of fans was that the game was incredibly well done, and by far the best in the series. Sales numbers speak loudly, and the 3 iterations of the original game have sold over 6 million copies worldwide. This makes it not only the best-selling Pokémon-specific Mystery Dungeon game, but also the best-selling Mystery Dungeon game in the overall series period. Even with so many copies in circulation, the game fetches an astounding $130, complete in box. Mega Man Star Force 3 was released by Capcom in 2008 in Japan and the following year in North America. It, as was popular at the time, was released in 2 variations, Black Ace and Red Joker. The story and base gameplay is the same between both variations, but the main character can transform into these specialized versions of Mega Man depending on which version you are playing. The gameplay is similar to the previous titles, with action RPG gameplay involving not only the Buster, but folders of cards also affecting attacks and special abilities. The mechanics of battle are fairly complex and complicated, with different types of noise, cards, and elements affecting gameplay. The game featured a unique mechanic where physical cards could be printed out on paper from the Capcom website and laid over the bottom DS screen. Codes could then be pressed through the paper to unlock additional exclusive battle cards. The game featured a brother system, where players could become brothers with one another and share noise types. There was also a versus mode using Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. The game received average critic reviews, with many saying the gameplay and mechanics were strong, but could get repetitive and didn't differ enough from the prior games. The Black Ace version sells for a significantly higher price than the Red Joker one. To join the Star Force will cost you between $127 and $167, complete in box. Shepherd's Crossing 2 is an insanely rare game, originally released in Japan in 2008 and North America in 2010. It was released in extremely limited quantities. I honestly couldn't find any trailer footage for this game, and only one Let's Play, so the footage I have is grainy intro footage of the first game in the series. The game is a somewhat traditional farm life sim. From what I've seen, it does have very charming characters and an interesting gameplay loop, where the only thing that progresses time is farming or domestic chores. There is no energy bar, mates are courted, and you must give women a dowry of animals and men a gift of bedding. One of the first villagers you encounter is a girl offering you frog meat. From what I've read of people's time and memories with the game, everyone says it's quite good, and it had better be for what it costs. It isn't just the price, the game is also very infrequently listed for sale, especially complete. If you have to see what an indie, slightly rough but charming Harvest Moon clone is like, prepare to offer a dowry of around $300 or more for a complete in-box copy. Well, that about wraps up part 2 of our list of insanely expensive DS JRPGs. There are still so many more, I'm sure we'll be making a part 3. What is your Nintendo DS JRPG collection looking like? Did we miss any titles you love? Let us know in the comments. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, consider subscribing and dropping a like on the video. We really appreciate it. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay creepy!